Welcome everyone to Century Bowl in Waterford for the exciting first round action of the Bowling Showcase Challenge Century Bowl region. I'm your host, Mark Martin, and I want to thank you for joining me for this very exciting series of matches. We started the challenge with 16 teams representing various bowling centers and groups from around the Metro Detroit area. These 16 teams, they're divided into two regions named for the host centers for this year's challenge. Merri Bowl in Livonia, and right here at Century Bowl in Waterford. 8 teams compete in each region, and then the winner of each region will play against each other in the Bowling Showcase Challenge Final, and a champion will be crowned. Now, as you know, Woodland Lanes emerged as the winner of the Merri Bowl region, and they are eagerly awaiting their opponent. Who will that be? We'll have to wait and see. So let's take a look at the 8 Century Bowl region teams. These teams will go head-to-head in Baker format, single game elimination. Each bowler on a team bowling one frame, then the next team member taking the next frame, and so on. Now at the conclusion of the 5th frame, the teams are going to swap lanes and continue to finish the match. At the end of the match, our winning team will move into the next round of the regional competition and await the winners from the other first round matches. So we start with 8 teams in the region, then 4, then finally the winner of the last match earns the right to represent Century Bowl in the final season-ending championship match against Woodland Lanes. 16 teams, 2 regions, 1 Bowling Showcase champion. So let's take a look at today's matchup. This week's bowling battle features Merri Bowl against Waterford Lanes. Now, this is the second Merri Bowl team in our challenge, and they've come into today's competition with experience and swagger. Now, newcomers Waterford Lanes, they're here to get in on the action and prove that they have what it takes to go all the way. Today, both these teams will square off, each determined to take home the trophy. But first, they have to make it out of round 1. So there you have it. Helping me call all the action is Women's Series standout and former Team Canada member Robin Orlikowski. I'm going to move into position lane side, get a little bit better view of the action. We'll be right back with the start of the match after these messages on Bowling Showcase.
We won a lot of professional tournaments. We won a lot of tournaments worldwide. I mean, we won more in the last 10 years worldwide than any company. We make good bowling balls, and good players use our bowling balls because they can win with them.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Franz, the General Manager here at Century Bowl, and I'd like to welcome the Bowling Showcase. Take it away, Mark.
Okay, so here we are, Bowling Showcase Challenge Century Bowl region. This week we have Merri Bowl and Waterford Lanes. Robin Orlikowski joining me. Thank you, Robin.
Thanks for having me.
So I know you talked to both these teams. You get any feel for them? I know Merri Bowl is kind of the same team that's been here before, so they've got experience.
Right.
The Waterford team is brand new, Waterford Lanes team.
Waterford still seems very confident. They're looking to have a good time on the lanes.
Let's see what happens.
Bowling against the veterans. Let's see how it goes.
That's right. Merri Bowl, Ashley Gluba leading off. Ashley's been here before. She's our hairstylist, if you recall from previous years.
She's very excited. She shot her first sanctioned 300 last year.
Oh, leaves the 7-pin.
I asked her how she got started in bowling, and she said because of her cousins and an uncle got her started.
Nice.
So, seems like it runs in the family.
It does.
That's what I love about bowling. So many people come from bowling families, and they can do it together over many generations.
They do. High average of 211 by Ashley. Covers that 7-pin easily. Now leading off for the Waterford Lanes team is Dave Nelson.
So this year, he has said that he's been bowling his best he's ever bowled. And I asked him why, and he just said his scores are higher and he's just bowling more often. And his scores are really reflecting that with having 2 300 games and an 822 series.
Very nice. And a big strike by Dave.
Nice roll there.
Ray Shinoski, the spokesperson of this team, is up next. Ray, high average 227, self-employed contractor.
He started bowling with friends and he just got hooked on it, and it's just something he really likes to do. And if he's struggling at all, he reaches out to Cheryl Daniels at her pro shop and considers her a great friend, and she can see the smallest thing. She's got a good coach's eye and can help him in like 5 shots, he said.
Big strike
Solid.
by Ray. Megan Clark up next for the Waterford Lanes team. Again, thanks to DC and Mickey Kraft for entering a team. All these bowlers bowl at Waterford Lanes, and why don't you come on out and visit them sometime?
Megan was a high school bowler.
Oh,
All right, goes Brooklyn and carries. She's really looking forward to bowling more tournaments now.
so it doesn't matter how, it's how many, right?
Right, and the X is up there, so
That's right.
doesn't tell you that's Brooklyn or Pocket or tripped anything.
You're absolutely correct, Robin. Sean Schmidt now up for the Merri Bowl team. He's got the house record at Merri Bowl, 875.
Amazing. In that 875 series, he didn't even have a 300.
And didn't even have a 300.
Crazy. That was a great shot by Sean.
Yep, good strike by Sean. So up for the Waterford Lanes team, Nick Hughes lives in Waterford, high average of 217.
He says that he has been bowling since he's been in a car seat. Since he's 4 years old, he's been bowling. And
Very nice.
just brought up because of his mom.
Throws a big strike there. Don Barwig of South Lyon, born in Wichita, Kansas. Rick Steelsmith was his youth coach.
Not a bad person to have coach you.
No, not at all. And a
All
strike
right.
by Don.
Kicks it out. I like it.
So Tig Warden is up next. Now, while that may not be his real name, that is his the name he goes by.
I asked him how he got that nickname, and he said that his mom was very excited that she was having a boy and called him her little tiger. And so it's now his nickname since before he was born.
Big strike by Tig. First 4 strikes by Waterford Lanes. Merri Bowl has a spare up in the first and then 3. Tony Pate now up, lives in Livonia, high average 222. So ironically, he shot a 294 and a 295 last year.
Those are not easy scores to come by.
Not at all.
I'm sure there's some fun stories behind
I'm sure there are.
those games.
Crosses over, oh, and comes back and kicks out the 3-pin.
Wow.
Those are the kind of things, you know, we talked about before. That, you know, things like that just happen.
You know, it's sometimes you'd rather be lucky than good.
That's right. So John Scott of the Waterford Lanes team now working on 4 strikes in a row, the Waterford team is.
Something he likes to do in his free time is
Oh, and
cook for his friends, and nice.
tomahawks that 7-pin right out of there.
Yeah.
So this kind of reminds me of a match we had back in the Merri Bowl region. Let's
Yeah.
just see what happens.
Wow. I mean, one spare and all the rest strikes.
That's right. So Waterford's got the first 5 strikes. The Merri Bowl team has a spare in the first and 4 strikes. The teams are going to switch lanes now. And it's hopefully more of the same after the break, right?
Yeah, it'll be exciting.
That's right. We'll be back right after these messages with the second half of the match, Merri Bowl and Waterford Lanes, right here on Bowling Showcase.
DC, the proprietor of Waterford Lanes, asked me to put a team together that would represent Waterford Lanes, and everything So got a bunch of the people that have bowled at Waterford since DC and Mickey took over the place. So all of us have been together, good friends. We bowled with each other for 10, 15 years, even before DC and Mickey took over Waterford Lanes. Got one left-hander, you know, they carry everything, so he gets a little special, but just good friends, good bowlers, good mix. Guys that throw with thumbs, one with no thumb. Megan's a good bowler, so just bowl our own. We can't control what they do. Just have fun, enjoy. That's what bowling's about, just having fun. So that's what we want. Bring it on, puppy dog.
Perfect.
The hug pickup, the home run swing, the drum major high step, the genuine joy, the unforgettable party, the food, the friends, the original social network. No matter who you are, it's always a great time. Grab your family, find a friend, and go bowling.
Metro Detroit USBC, your source for everything bowling in the bowling capital of the world. We support USBC certified league and tournament competition. We provide 11 tournaments for all members of our association, including men, women, youth, seniors, scratch, and handicap competition. The top reasons for belonging to the Metro Detroit USBC are having your average recognized, bonding of league funds, rules of the game, assistance in resolving league issues, equipment standards of the game, charities, and awards. Visit us at mdusbc.com.
Well, this is our 4th or 5th year here at the Bowling Showcase, and we've switched up a couple players this year. Got a couple different guys from different leagues. We're going to hope to take home the trophy this year. It's been a while since we've been in the competition and been ready to take it down, so we're ready this year. Well, in the past we've had a little lack of focus, but I think today we're going to make sure that we make the best shots possible and come away with the win. I'm going to say we've come to win today. This is the 4th or 5th time we've been here, and we don't want to lose again, so be ready. We're coming.
Okay, here we are back on Bowling Showcase Challenge Century Bowl Region. Second half of this match between Merri Bowl and Waterford Lanes. Got a great start to the match, don't we, Robin?
Yeah, it's exciting. I mean, we've only had one spare, all the rest strikes. It's going to be a fun second half to see who can finish it out.
That's right, it will be. You know, the teams have switched lanes now. Waterford Lanes now on the left, Merri Bowl on the right. Up for Waterford Lanes, Dave Nelson. And like I said a few weeks ago with another team, oh, he had a strike in the first frame, didn't he?
So easy.
Yeah.
Easy to remember.
He did.
What's nice about Dave is when I was talking to him before the match, he's such a positive person. I asked him, why are you so positive? He's just, why not? Why not be positive?
Why not?
Yeah.
Not why not?
So just
turn that into a positive. You absolutely.
So he had almost had the 5-7 there, tripped those out late, but
he did.
Helps his team with a strike, keep it going.
Ashley Gluba up on the right-hand lane, left a 7-pin back in the first frame, easily covered it. High average of 211.
She's bowling with somebody familiar on the team today. Her boyfriend, Sean.
Okay. This time she leaves that pesky 10-pin.
All right, she's going to get her spare ball there. Let's checking out the thumb, make sure it feels okay. A food that she likes to eat. Pickles.
Pickles. Probably all kinds, too.
Maybe.
That's right.
She has 4 gold medals when she bowled in AAU in New Orleans. She was pretty proud of that.
And she should be.
As she should be, yes.
That's right.
No problem there.
You might have a couple gold medals in your career, right?
I have a few, yes.
Very good. Former Team Canada member, Robin. You know, congratulations on that.
Thanks.
Okay, next up for the Waterford Lanes team, Megan Clark. Megan a high average 167. Oh boy. 3 pins.
Uh-oh. Maybe a little too fast on that approach there.
Yeah, she might have been.
She has a high game of 256 and a high series of 611. She really likes bowling because she can spend time with her friends. And something fun is that her fiance, who is on the team, proposed to her at a bowling center.
Oh, really?
That's
Very
how they
nice.
met. They met in bowling, so cute.
That's right. Next up for the Merri Bowl team, Ray Shanoski back in the second frame through a strike. Merri Bowl's now taken a 2-pin lead in the match as a result of that 3-pin count by Megan.
When it comes down to, you know, strikes and spares, spares are so important in this quick format.
Oh.
And that could be the opening there. I mean, this one's really hard. This is called the Greek Church. It's pretty hard to pick up.
4, 6, 7, 8, 10 for the lefty.
So he's going to go for the 3 on the left. In a situation like this, you just want to try to get as many pins as possible, not necessarily try to convert it, since the game is somewhat
It's close.
matched up.
That kind of hung up on his thumb a little bit.
Picks off 1.
So both teams open in the 7th frame. Waterford has 167 through 7. Merri Bowl 150 through 7. 17-pin lead by Waterford Lanes. Nick Hughes now up. High average of 217.
So you can see there, he's not even putting his thumb in the ball.
Well, he certainly gets a lot of revolutions on
Yeah,
it.
that helps a little bit.
Yes, it does. Okay, Sean Schmidt. So we have 2 teams that have fiancés on the pair today, right?
Well, I asked them if they were engaged, and she said no.
Oh, no, just boy. Okay, so
Boyfriend,
we have
girlfriend.
2 teams that have boyfriend, girlfriend.
Significant others
Okay,
on the
how's that?
on the teams, yes.
Okay, Sean Schmidt up for Merri Bowl on the right-hand lane. Big solid strike.
No problem there. He really enjoys playing softball in the summertime and going to concerts as well.
So Ty Gordon up on the left-hand lane threw a strike back in the 4th frame. Here we are in the 9th frame of this match. Waterford with a 17-pin lead. Both teams working on strikes.
All right.
strike by
High
Ty.
flush. He considers himself a very lucky person because he has won 12 bowling balls in raffles.
12 bowling ball raffle winners.
Wow.
Very nice. Don Barwig up on the right-hand lane for Merri Bowl. High average of 230.
Fun fact about Don is, from growing up in Kansas, he really enjoys being a barbecue competitor and a judge.
Nice. So he leaves the 2-8-10, comes up a little light. This is kind of a one where you got to hit it dead on the 2-8 and hope you bounce something out of the back.
Yeah, I think sometimes it comes about more like speed, and if it could kick off the back there, but getting the pin count in this case is the best way to go.
So Merri Bowl open in the 9th frame, 178 in the 9th. The Waterford Lanes team has a commanding lead in the 10th frame here. Max score for Merri Bowl, 208. Max score for Waterford, 257. John Scott up.
Oh.
Trips the 6-pin.
The 6-8.
Yes.
He really enjoys fishing, spending some time with his family as well.
Well, that was a winning shot by John Scott. Puts them over the top in this match and put them into the semifinals.
So the team with the least amount of experience is advancing.
That's right. And another strike by John.
I should say the least amount of experience in this type of competition.
Correct.
So John is really wanting to shoot an 800 series, and I asked him what would that mean to him if he shot 800, and he said that would complete his ring set. Besides the 900 series.
Yeah, not too many people have done that. A little bit light, leaves the 3-5. Waterford 255. Merri Bowl now. Final bowler, Tony Pate.
Tony holds his high school record for track and field for running the fastest mile. He did it in 4 minutes and 30 seconds.
Ooh.
It's pretty speedy.
That is real speedy.
Oh, little.
Leaves a 10 pin.
Little flat there. And I asked him, how did you get started in bowling? Because he started at the age of 14. And he said he used to ride the bus home from school with one of his friends, and they would go to the bowling center. And he just tagged along, and then he just picked it up.
Very nice.
And that his friend doesn't even bowl anymore, but he does. Oh, no.
And a miss. So the final score, Waterford Lanes 255, Merri Bowl 187. Was really a great match through the first half. The second half, both teams kind of had a little bit of a glitch.
Yeah, well.
But hey, Waterford Lanes struck it out there at the end.
Yeah.
They certainly did.
We saw that last week where they were both practically equal going into the second half, and then one team just kept it going and one team slipped off just a little bit.
So we'll be back after these messages. Our supervisor here at Century Bowl, Ken Clayton, the Metro Detroit USBC reigning Coach of the Year, will interview the winning team, the Waterford Lanes team, right after these messages on Bowling Showcase.
Michigan State USBC provides tournament competition and recognition for men, women, and youth in Michigan. The championship events for this season include the Women's Championship beginning in February in Lansing, the Open Championship beginning in January in Grand Blanc, and the Youth Championship beginning in March in Granville and Comstock Park. These events are open to all members of the association based on gender and membership. Other events for higher average bowlers include the Youth Masters in November in Battle Creek, the Queens in April in Sanford, the Senior Masters for those over 50 in March, and Masters in April, both in Battle Creek. Pepsi Youth events take place in your league with qualifiers advancing to the state finals in May in Troy and Sterling Heights. Visit MichiganStateUSBC.com for entry blanks and more information on the Michigan State USBC.
Your Waterford Lanes crew came out striking and threw a big score of 255. What was the key to your success today?
Got a couple good breaks. Just keep throwing strikes, adjusting on the lanes. Merri Bowl threw a couple bad balls, got a couple bad breaks, and we capitalized on it. So,
what are we going to do to stay warm over the break before your next match?
Throw a few practice balls, just hang out and see what everybody's doing. Keep an eye on the lanes, see how they break down. Discuss as a team on what we're going to do.
Congratulations. Good luck in the next round. Back to you, Mark and Robin.
Thanks, Ken. You know, the Waterford Lane team started out strong with that 5 strikes, kind of continued, had that one little hiccup in the middle there when Megan got that 3-pin count. But they finished strong.
Yeah.
255. And Merri Bowl bowled well in the first half. Second half, they ran into a couple of hiccups also.
Right.
And just couldn't overcome them.
A couple splits in there didn't really help, but it was nice that the Waterford team just kept the pressure on and just kept going. And even though they had that open frame, they still picked each other up and struck out almost perfect on the last 8, 9, and 10th frame there. Well done. For a team that doesn't have experience in this type of arena, they performed outstanding.
Very well done. So Waterford Lanes now goes on to the semifinals to face Team Monopoly in a few weeks. But next week, we have the other AMF Rose Bowl team, Rose Bowl number 2, we'll call them right now. But once we get into the telecast next week, we got another little name for them. But for now, they're the Rose Bowl number 2 team. They're probably going to show us they're not really the number 2 team. Against Indian Lanes from Wyandotte. Alan DiBiase, thank you very much for putting your Indian Lanes team in. You got any thoughts on next week's match?
I think they're going to be exciting. I mean, I hope, you know, the last 2 weeks have been very exciting. Everybody's brought as much as they can to the lanes, and it's just going to be fun.
Okay, so we'll be back next week on Bowling Showcase Challenge Century Bowl Region. Thanks for joining us.